but she'll uh, she'll I suppose now she realizes she can't really go back where she came from, and she's here. So she'll like push the door open, like I guess hard enough to like make a noise. And then she'll say, and it comes out in Russian, and her voice is a little shaky, and she'll call out, hello.
You'll hear a voice. At first, you thought that it was Celeste because you definitely hear a presence from the top of the basement stairs. But the three boys will hear a different voice call out hello, a different female voice.
Felix will turn his hand raised at the sudden of new voice and just react in, hello?
Out of character, what was the name of the couple who lived here?
Maria and Ramon, I guess. Maria and Ramon Mendoza.
Where are Maria and Ramon?
Felix is going to cautiously approach. I'm sorry to say that the Mendozas were killed 2 days ago.
Out of character, is that around the time the refugees were supposed to come through?
Correct. Yes.
So you can tell that this person is also probably hasn't slept well in a while. And as soon as you say that these people are dead, the whole tension or any posturing that would have happened just completely falls away. And she says, dead. But how?
Well,
that can't be right.
may I ask who you are?
She'll nod and she'll say, I'm Anastasia Ilvez. They were, it's clear that she's like trying to figure out how to like phrase the next words, and she clearly decides to just come out with it. We were helping refugees.
Refugees. Then you're refugees. And I take it you were making use of the fireplace, he says cautiously.
Yes, this was supposed to be a safe house. Stopping point, if you will.
I see.
The people we help are misunderstood at best, at worst, seen as less than human. Whoever did this, she's clearly angry and like she's trying to process that they're dead. And,
You were helping werewolves, right?
well, we're creatures.
I see.
We're creatures, non-human, humanoid beings. In this time, people don't want to understand anybody. They'd rather just lay blame at anyone's feet. And not everyone who has these conditions is an adult. And not every adult who wants to get a hold of these children are ethical or safe for these families to trust.
My name is Mintaka. Well, you can call me Mintaka. Felix takes another step forward. We came here to...
I'll say, like, as she was, like, moving down the stairs, and she'll, like, hesitantly reach out her hand.
Felix,
shake his hand.
Felix will take it and shake. We came here to investigate deaths. We believe that the Mendozas were killed by werewolves.
Well, out of character, the murders took place before the full moon, but she wouldn't know that. But I just
The murders, yes, the murders took place 2 days ago, which was not
The
around.
full moon is coming up. It hasn't gotten here yet.
Yeah, the full moon isn't going to be here for another like 2 weeks.
so she'll say, well, that's a risk, I suppose. But have you found out anything else? I mean, they were more than just part of something to me.
Felix turns to the others to see what they think.
You know, we're just looking what Larry is trying to figure out what the leader is thinking.
Were you responsible for the potions?
What's potions? I mean,
What are they? He'll look at Vienna, or
she'll look back at Felix.
At this point, you all, well, anybody who could hear it would probably hear several howls coming off from the distance.
Okay.
When this is happening, Celeste, could you please make a spot roll, please, while this is happening?
And it has to be vision.
Unfortunately, it has to be vision. Unfortunately.
In response to the potions remark, Anna will say, the only potions I came into contact with was the wolfsbane to give to the children to make their transformations less painful.
Double sixes.
Okay. I just need to know if Gremlin Mike, let me know if you get double sixes.
Okay.
Don't get. This is basically going to be your stealth. I just need to see if you have doubles. Okay. So while you're having this conversation with Anna, Celeste, you're coming back from the Mukamutara house. Where is physically Nos right now?
Having been listening into all this,
Yeah.
he is now going to come back from the trees, but he is joined by a woman and a couple boys. When I say boys, I'm thinking like they're 17.
Celeste, I'm going to say that as you're coming back from the house, you will see... Well, you don't necessarily know who Nos is, but you will see Nos. Is he in human form or bat form?
Currently, they're all in human form. But
Okay.
like I said, when they started talking about the potions, you're going to see 3 werewolves and a werebat transform and howls.
I'm going to get onto my earpiece that we have.
Yeah, you
There's
can.
a little handy-dandy bit of communication. I'm going to say, and how many are there total now? There's 4 of you guys?
There's, 3 werewolves and the 1 werebat.
We have 4 hostiles. Get the hell out. And I'm going to use my full movement speed to run to them, because I'm fast as fuck.
All right. He's gonna hear this over his comm and says, "We need to go now."
Well, leave it. We're going to be attacked. Let's go. I say that to the girl upstairs.
Well, she came downstairs while she was talking to like
Yeah.
Nana would say, oh, don't worry about me. I can cover you. I can fight.
Well, that's good because we might need help.
Is she, because she was so forthcoming with information, she'll be like, excellent. Go.
All right.
Like, go back upstairs.
All right, you guys will rush over to the source of the howling, and I'm going to say that Celeste will arrive before Nos and the newcomers, the werewolves, first. So...
And I'm going to close the door and try and bar it. So they can't get in.
Out to the front door of the house?
Yeah.
Okay.
Where are we at this point?
I'm assuming you're going back up the stairs towards the front of the house. I'm assuming.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There's also, well, actually, there is a door from the basement and it's a walk-up basement. So if you want to take that door from the basement up, you may, or you can go back up the stairs to the front door. I don't know what you guys are doing.
Well, wait. So is it to the outside, the basement
Yes,
door?
there is a door from the basement that leads outside up a staircase.
So Anna will look at Felix, I guess, because she didn't get the other people's names. And she'll be like, and then she'll indicate Aries, and she'll be like, "You guys go that way. I'll go up there. Take my dog. He's battle ready." She'll say it really fast, like,
Okay, so who's going which way?
I'm going up the stairs into the up part of the house.
Into the front door, and the others are going through the door directly from the basement?
Yeah, I guess. I'm gonna let the dog lead because I am weak.
Okay. So you guys will open the basement door and will make your way out essentially to the backyard, which actually leads towards the woods. And Anna's going towards the front door, which is where Celeste is at the moment. Right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Okay. What happens next?
As she sees her trying to bar the door, she'll be like, "Huh, that won't work."
Eh,
Won't work.
I figured it might have been a bit of time.
Your friends, I sent them out the back hoping they could get away.
They're all humans. They can't outrun a werewolf.
No, but and did you say out of character that Felix had his wand out when he turned around?
No, he had his hand up.
Oh, his hand up. Anna will be like, well, I'm not sure how she can ask this. She'll be like, are you and your comrades, lack of a better word, muggle?
Only one of us is a muggle, actually. The other one is just magically impaired. So,
Well, and she'll say, okay, well, I suppose if they can get away,
well,
the people out there, they were the ones who did this.
I suspect so. There were 4 of them. One of them was a big bat. The other 3 were wolves, and they looked like they were getting ready to fight.
A bat.
A bat.
Huh.
A very big lycanthrope bat.
Oh, yeah.
And he really stands out because he's all white.
An albino lycanthrope bat.
Oh, well,
Ugh.
if it's a fight he wants, he'll get it.
Oh yes, and I plan on standing right with you.
Oh,
These bastards give both of our people's bad name.
Indeed. Wait, and then she'll backtrack and she'll be like, you work with a muggle. How does the statute of secrecy...
I'm trying to break that down, actually.
Oh, excellent.
Maybe we should talk later. I like you.
She'll take her wand out and
I'll get my wand out, and I'm just going to point at the door by her side.
Nos is going to approach the house, and he's... Mary, you take the boys in the house. I'm going around the side.
The werewolves will nod.
Or, not Mary,
And-
Maria. He says Maria.
Maria, okay. Maria will nod.
Maria.
And,
Oh no.
Bastards.
So, anybody that is looking at them, one of the boys has remnants of potion dripping down his maw. The other boy has a ball of silvery light just hanging above his head. And Maria seems to be doing all this on her own, which until recently you believed she was turned. So they are gonna head for the house while he starts making his way towards the back.
All right, so these 3 werewolves are going to make their way towards Celeste and Anna at the front, and Nos is going to make his way towards the back, where he will meet Ares the dog and the 3 agents, the 3 other agents.
Yeah.
Ad will look over at Celeste and she'll say, well, this is awkward, but if we're going against werewolves, I think I better make a little change. And she'll holster her wand up her sleeve, and in the next moment, a reddish, because like her hair is red, like a reddish werewolf with like ochre jade eyes is standing next to Celeste.
How does Celeste react to that?
As long as you control yourself, I'm fine with it.
She nods.
Let's deal with the back of the house first. So, Nos, you engage the dog and these 3 other strangers that you don't recognize. However, something looks very familiar about one of them. And Vienno, I'm not going to say you're going to recognize him in bat form, but
Yeah.
at least Nos will recognize Vienno. I feel like you've seen him somewhere before.
He's probably gonna recognize the dog too, and just snarl at it before giving out an ear-piercing shriek.
I would like for everyone to roll a stamina roll, please. Vienno, your ears start to ring a lot. And I'm going to say that you are going to be deafened for the next few rounds. And I'm going to say that Felix, you're going to be deafened, not completely. Your ears are definitely going to be ringing, so it's going to be hard for you to hear things for the next few rounds, but you're not deafened.
Okay.
You just got some magical tinnitus. It's fine.
Michael, you're fine.
When he hears that, he holds his ears really painfully, and in a situation because he's now deaf and can't, he's going invisible.
Okay, Vienno goes invisible.
No,
what
he
happens?
doesn't say a word. He just vanishes.
Yes, he just vanishes.
Felix is going to use his ring to fire off a stupefy at Nos.
Okay, 13. I will allow Nos to dodge that. So Nos, if you want to roll a 2d6 and add 2d4s to that to try to dodge.
13. Why was that so hard?
So I think normally if you meet the target number, I think the attacker wins. So I think that means Nos, you have 4 courage points. If you want to successfully dodge this spell, you can use up one of your courage points to add a 3 to your dodge. Do you want to do that?
Yes, he will.
Okay. Then you will use a courage point and you will dodge the stunning spell.
I believe Michael is going to shoot at him.
His first spell, gun.
His first
Yeah.
spell. Go ahead and roll.
God.
21.
All right, that will hit. Roll for damage.
13 points of damage.
Okay, so just keep track.
Oh.
Nos,
18.
You will
Sorry,
have-
I forgot to add the +5.
I'm gonna say that your wound level is 20 hit points.
Okay.
So that means that every time you lose 20 hit points, you go to the next wound level.
Okay.
And for each wound level, you start taking penalties to your rolls. But for right now, you have 20. You lost 13, so you have 7 points right now. If you take another 7 hit points of damage, you'll go into the first wound level.
Okay.
It was 18 because I forgot to add the +5.
Okay, 18. So this guy is a really good shot.
Fine.
And
Trust is Michael's
Okay.
Nas, what do you say or do?
He is going to shriek out because of that, the piercing bullet. But after that, he is going to basically charge and take Michael up in his legs and take him up into the air.
Ooh. All right. Roll an opposed athletics as you try to grapple. You're basically grappling him. So
Right.
roll an athletics, and I'm gonna say because you're in your bat form, your grapple is gonna be pretty strong. So roll me 2d6s and 4d4s
Nice.
for Mike. 2d6s and 4d4s,
That's 8.
and to counter.
11.
That's a 15 for me.
Okay, see if you can make a 15 or higher.
17.
Nice. All right. You swoop in, you grab Michael by the legs, you said?
I figured by my legs, because that's just how I'm built.
Oh, by your legs. You
yeah.
grab him by your legs. Yes.
I grab his shoulders.
You grab his shoulders and you fly up into the air with very fast speed.
Oh yeah, doesn't Michael have courage?
Okay, it happened so fast. It happens. Yeah.
Cinematically, this is cool. So,
If this were an animated anime, this would be like one of those amazing scenes.
yeah. So you swoop in and lifts up Michael up into the air. Meanwhile, the 3 werewolves will engage with Anna and Celeste. So I'm going to say two of the werewolves. Well, one of the werewolves will attack Celeste. The other 2 will attack the new werewolf that emerges.
Wait, what did Ares do?
What area?
Ares, I think, Ares is going to probably was going to charge at Nos, but because he flew up in the air, he can't really do anything from the ground. So he's just gonna like bark at him angrily, waiting for a chance to hit him once he's back on the ground. But I
The
don't know when
bane
that
of
will
being
be.
a marshal. Oof.
Yes.
He's got his eyes on Ares is like just watching Michael, like got his like doggy eyes on him.
Werewolves will make an attack roll. Celeste takes 11 points of damage.
Oh, I guess I should have asked what the hell was that.
Oh god.
And Anna takes 9 points of damage.
I gotta look up something for vampires and how they take damage because I think it's weird.
What do you guys intend on doing? I'm not worried about the hit points at the moment. What do you guys intend on doing?
Fighting back.
Okay, so you're going to fight back?
I'm gonna fight back unless I hear them needing my help.
Okay. So you guys, if you want to make an attack roll, go ahead and make an attack roll now.
I was gonna hit it one of them with a jelly legs curse.
Yeah, go ahead.
I did roll. I rolled double 5s.
Okay. That will hit them?
They are basically they have a -2 to physical tests for the next 5 rounds.
Okay. And you were able to cast it on all 3 of them?
Just one.
Just one of them?
Yeah.
Okay. So, Hales, how much damage did you do?
14.
Okay. So I'm just gonna simulate. You guys are battling the werewolves right now, and I think you're relatively evenly matched. Relatively. Meanwhile, poor Michael is up in the air. Is anyone doing anything to help?
Yeah.
Yes.
I would like to use the Taurus ring.
To do what?
I would like to rewind before he was grabbed and try and stupefy again.
You may try to do that. Roll first your magic item, please. Roll that first.
Oh.
Yeah, we have rings too.
As he rolls back time.
All right, that's a 16.
Yeah, you succeed. So as far as everybody else is concerned, Michael was not taken up into the air because he rolled back time. Try to stupefy Nos again. Roll the exact same. Nos can roll the exact same oppose.
Yeah, I'm gonna roll spellcraft first.
Yes.
A couple of 6s. And I was also going to use 2 points of courage. That was my plan.
You can use 2 points of courage if you want to, with your double sixes as well.
Yeah, so my total
Okay.
is 21.
Okay, I don't know if Nos can resist that. Actually, let's see. Let me know if you get two sixes. Nos.
Double
You got two
sixes.
sixes? Okay. Do you have 3 courage points left? Do you want to take 2 of them to cancel out Felix's? To successfully dodge the stun. You'll have 1 courage point left if you do.
I'm gonna risk it and spend the 2 points.
Alright, you'll spend the 2 points so you will also dodge.
Oh,
So, in the interest of time, because I don't want to spend the next hour combating,
Right.
I'm going to say that you two are relatively evenly matched, except because you guys are outnumbering the other 4, there'll be a point where I think the combat will stop, and it could be... I guess let's discuss how we can resolve this so that at least we can stop the combat.
Well, there was one thing that I was pretty adamant on trying to do, at least.
Yeah, what is that?
Even though I no longer have him in my grasp, I wanted to try and get to and bite Michael.
No!
I think that would be awesome, actually.
No, leave Michael alone.
No.
Do I get a
I
reaction to
can't
shoot
do-
him again?
Yeah,
No, that's my job.
roll a reaction. Go ahead, Michael, roll an attack
Shoot him
roll
again.
and just shoot him again, just to see if...
In the air.
I don't know if you'll be able to pull him back in the air, but at
No,
least you'll make...
he's given up on that plan.
No.
He's just gonna go and try to give him a bite.
No.
Alright.
Rush him and bite him.
Could Ares try to rush Michael and hit him out of the way when Nos goes to attack him?
Sure, he can. If you want, you can roll for me for Ares 2d6 plus 2d4. Michael, what is your attack roll?
It was stupid high, like a 27.
Okay.
27.
Okay.
Because the dead aim thing just soaked
yeah.
my thing so much.
So with the roll that you got for Ares, unfortunately, Nos is going to be way too fast, so he'll be able to dodge away from Ares' attack, and you will hit and damage Nos before... Michael will be able to shoot at Nos before he manages to get to him. Nos, go ahead and roll an attack roll. Just roll 2d6s.
Try to use Stupefy from being invisible.
Yes, you may.
because you did set that up.
Yep.
I totally forgot
I
you
am
were
invisible.
the whole time.
You don't know where this is coming from.
So try to cast Stupefy, yes.
It's 19 points of damage. He goes down to wounds. Doesn't he start taking negatives?
He will start taking negatives. So, Mike, go ahead and roll me your attack roll.
That's
You'll take a
2d6
minus-
plus d4.
2d6 plus 3d4 minus 1.
Okay, cool.
2d6 plus 3d4 minus 1 because you technically are down to wound level before you make it to him. Assuming, well, we'll see what happens with Vienno's Stupefy.
So that would be a 20 minus 1, so 19?
Okay, so that will hit. Go ahead, Vienno, what you got?
Nine total.
Okay, roll 2d6s and let me see what you get.
No, I don't said that's my total. I rolled really low. It's 9.
Oh, you rolled a 9?
Yes.
Okay, so you will
Aw.
attempt to Stupefy, but
Actually,
unfortunately...
if I remember, 5 is actually what it needed to actually hit. 10 is what needed to
Well,
works.
it's right, but it's going to be against his defense.
Yeah, but I
So
do
9
have
is-
my courage points.
Okay, how many do you want to use?
And it's actually 4 that's courage points that could be used. I can only use 2.
You can only use 2.
Yes.
Do you want to use
Yes,
1 or
I
2
could
courage
use
points?
2.
So that brings you up to a 15. Okay. Mike, you will try to dodge this spell as you're making your way to Michael. Roll 2d6, add 4d4s. 2d6 plus 4d4s.
Oh, he has -1, remember?
And he has -1. You do have a -1 to this.
Not me, Michael. Gotcha.
Yes. Gremlin Mike.
23 minus 1, so that's 22.
22.
I mean,
All right. He dodges. So you do not need to use your last courage point
Sweet.
for this. So you manage to tackle Michael to the ground. Michael's gun flies off out of his hand, and the werebat.
Just before I bite him, I say, "Welcome to the brood."
And you sink your teeth into his. Where would you like to
No.
bite him?
Oh, I am going for a vital organ, so I am going straight to the heart.
Oh, wow. Okay.
Didn't that just kill him, Beth?
No, I'm not biting it out. I'm just biting him.
One question.
Yeah. Yeah.
Would I have time to use the Taurus ring, or
You can try. Roll it.
We
Roll a
were
use
just
magic
trying
item.
to save my.
Go ahead. Use a roll
we
magic
don't want
item.
our only buckle to transfer between the not buckle.
Yeah,
It's
alright.
our buckle anymore.
Gremlin Mike, roll me 2d6s plus 3d4s. 2d6s plus 3d4s.
I'm just.
Okay.
Do I need to rewind time?
Yeah, roll me a use magic item, please.
That's a 20 total.
20? Okay. Alright.
So you said 2d6 and 3d4?
3d4s. Correct.
Okay, minus 1. So that
Minus
would
1.
be, honestly, a total of 21.
21. Okay.
No.
Felix, you attempt to use the Taurus ring again. Even with a 20, it doesn't seem to work. You think that you can't just keep using it over and over again in quick succession. Like, you feel like not enough time has passed for you to use it again. So you sink his teeth towards his chest, towards his heart. He doesn't actually bite the heart out, but he definitely does add quite a bit of a wound into his chest.
Oh my gosh.
Michael winces in pain immediately as he pulls out strands of flesh.
Are you gonna attack Nos now? Again, attempt.
Nas can go ahead and attack him. And he will basically... I will say that you will be able to get a couple of Nas at him when Nas manages to tackle you off of Michael. Michael, you are in serious pain.
Okay. How much damage does it do?
That was the 21.
21 points of damage, Michael.
I'm coming.
He's up and dazed.
Oh dear.
That's fine.
I'm going to say that between everybody else, you will be able to somehow stop the three werewolves plus Nos, so you'll be overpowered. But by that point, the damage has already been done to Michael.
Can I get to him? Can I get to him?
Yeah, you can get to him.
So
I can tell he's been bitten by a lichen.
Yeah, well, I'm sorry, you can't... It's going to be hard for you to get to him right away because you have three werewolves that you're overpowered.
As long as I can get to him before the next full moon, I think I'll be okay.
Okay.
Because the curse
Yes.
doesn't take effect till the next full moon.
Yes, that's fine. So you guys will be... Okay, so you guys will be able to overpower the four other lycanthropes.
Oh,
The werewolves... Go ahead.
did one of the lycanthropes have like a full moon orb enchanted above it?
Yes.
Okay. Would I be able to notice that even though I'm in wolf form since we've been fighting them?
I'm going to say yes. And I'm going to say that so one of the werewolves, the one who got jinxed by Celeste, went down first. Would either Anna or Celeste make a killing blow to that werewolf?
Yeah. At this point, Celeste would try and snap its neck.
Okay. You will snap its neck, and I don't know if werewolves transform back to their human form
It doesn't.
when they die.
When they die because they're dead, there's no more magic in the body.
Okay, as when you snap the werewolf's neck, it transforms back into a woman who Anna recognizes as Maria. So Maria's neck is now snapped. The other two werewolves back down, and they
will turn into a person again. And she'll try to cancel the moon charm on the other werewolf.
Okay. Go ahead and roll a spellcraft. Those two werewolves will back down and make their way to wherever you have Nas held, because Nas will be
16.
16. I will say that you will be able to dispel the moonlight spell on the werewolves.
Do they turn back into people?
Yeah, they will turn back into people.
One of them was using the potion.
Okay, so one of them transforms back to people. The other one does not. One of them transforms back. The other one does not.
Anna will kind of like motion for like the one that didn't transform to come closer to her, and to kind of like reach out to the person. Is one of them Ramon?
No. You don't see Ramon. The one that you're motioning to come towards you doesn't. Like, that person stays next to Nos.
Okay, so we're all in the backyard now.
You're still in the backyard, yeah.
Okay.
And you have Nos essentially overpowered.
Yeah, so Anna will... She's kind of ignoring Nos for the werewolf. And she'll, like, hold the one that had the moon over it. And she'll be like, you have a choice, even now. You have a choice. You don't have to follow him. He hurt you.
He's made his choice.
She'll look at him and she'll be like, the only reason I'm restraining myself is because I don't want to end up in Azkaban for you.
Felix?
You made his choice. And she'll look back and she'll like hold his head and she'll be like, just looking into his eyes.
Michael had the spray, right?
Michael had what?
The spray, right?
He does.
I take the spray.
Okay. You take the spray from Michael's pockets, basically?
Yeah.
At this point, I'm going to say that Celeste will be able to reach Michael, who is bleeding badly.
Is he at least conscious?
I think he is, but he looks like he could go into shock soon.
All right, I basically
if
just
nothing
gonna
is done.
look at him and say very straightly, I can try to save you, yes or no.
So, what's the whole process of turning into a lycanthrope? Like, someone was saying you need that silver potion thing to survive the transformation, otherwise you just won't make it.
Yeah, that's why I was asking. Doesn't that mean he's gonna die?
Yeah, like if I don't take that, am I dead?
Roll me a stamina, Michael.
A stamina?
Yes, roll me a stamina. Okay, I'm gonna lean towards what the Harry Potter lore is saying. So you got a 13.
Yeah.
Okay, so I'm gonna say that Celeste assessing the wound, it could very well be that if he doesn't get the silver and the dittany soon, it could be a lethal bite. But even if it's not lethal, most likely, Michael will have the blood infused into his body, though it's possible that you might be able to suck the blood out.
I was also
possible.
looking at just the general rules, because for werewolves, the curse doesn't take effect till the next full moon. For a vampire curse, it takes effect the next time he wakes up, so it would take effect first. So I could turn him, and then he'd be immune to the werewolf bite, because we can't get turned into each other.
But how about the vampirism?
What do you mean?
Yeah, so
I would be a vampire.
He would be a vampire, but not a werewolf.
So do you want to be a werebat or a vampire?
So
Yeah.
you have to make it. So
That's why I'm
somebody's
asking.
gonna have to make. So somebody's got to make a choice here.
That's why I'm asking him while he's conscious. If he falls unconscious before he answers, she's just gonna do it.
Michael
Nos just laughs.
Michael is gonna say,
As this
Shut up.
happens,
"This world, it's changing so much since I met you guys.
It's about to change a bit more.
yeah,
This isn't me. This change isn't for me. Vampires living forever? That can't be me. I can't watch my loved ones die. Being a werewolf or whatever? I'm not into that. If I'm going to do anything, I'd rather die as me than be something that I'm not. Let him think that I joined his brood. Let him die a miserable death, like the dog he is. And he
I'm a
specifically
bat!
says dog. He specifically says dog. But this is just a world that I cannot join.
Hearing, could Anna hear him saying this? I mean, are they like close enough?
Yeah, I would say
And
so.
she's got heightened hearing.
Yeah, when she hears him say that, like, she lets go of the other werewolf and she stands up, and it's like very controlled and kind of an eerie way. She'll growl, like, even though that she's in human form, and she'll turn around and she'll raise her wand and point it at Nos. She's just pure rage. And she'll be like, I could cast the spell that's on my mind right now, and I would mean it. Look what you did.
Go ahead.
To your brother.
I've
And she'll just say, she'll take her arm back and she'll just scream stupefy. But it'll be like the angriest, strongest stupefy you've ever heard in your life.
I'm sorry, was Nos trying to say something?
he was basically when he was being threatened by Anna, he was gonna turn around and say, "Go ahead. I've experienced the Cruciatus curse before."
Oh.
So you would have said that before she shouts the
Stupefied me, yeah.
spell,
Yeah.
and would basically stun you, which at that point, if you want to use the spray on him, you may.
well, Felix was going to say something to him.
He can hear you. He's just.
He can still hear you. He's just stunned. He can still hear
I
you.
just can't respond.
He just can't respond to you.
Felix is just going to look at him in the eye, his red eyes staring coldly at him with complete contempt.
Red eyes.
You're not going to remember anything about what you've just done. You're going to go away for a very long time, and you're going to get the satisfaction of nothing.
No, I really wish I could talk.
Goodbye. And he sprays you.
He'll spray you with this spray, and Nos, you're not really sure what this is at first, but your mind everything starts to you get really dizzy. And essentially what it's doing is it's A, gonna knock you out, and B, you're going to like forget the last you'll forget the last 15 minutes temporarily, and you're just gonna be like incapacitated at the moment.
While Anna's shaking, she'll like fall to her knees and cover her face and be like, I'm not a killer, I'm not. And you get very distinct impression that Stupefy was not the spell that she was going to fire at Nah.
Celeste, what are you going to do?
If Michael's still conscious, she wants to ask, but what about revealing the truth? I'm going to try and convince him to take her offer. With everything she has. What about revealing the truth? If I can make a roll, I will. You're still you. I'm still me. It doesn't have to change who you are.
It just wouldn't be the same. Besides, you guys have got a good team. You've got a good team. If I don't make this, you've got a good head on your shoulders. The others respect you. And you're far more knowledgeable about this stuff than I am.
If you survive, you still have a chance to change your mind. You have until the next full moon. If you survive.
He'll just nod.
And she's going to do everything she can to try and stop the bleeding and make the wound as livable as possible, considering she can't handle silver.
Yeah. All right. So you're going to attempt to suck the poison out.
Yes, I'm going to try and suck the poison out.
Okay. I don't think that Michael can do anything to resist anyway.
I'm not going to
So-
bite, just suck.
This... All right.
Oh, wow.
Well.
I don't bite unless you want me to.
So
Boy,
Wow.
go!
So, I guess you'd have to roll for this.
What's my roll?
I think you're going to have to roll a will to not continue, basically to resist the vampiric tendencies to want more and more and more blood.
Out of character, I have a couple questions.
Yeah, go ahead.
One, wouldn't tainted blood be like practically poison for her?
Nope.
Okay,
I can
that's
still
why I'm
drink.
asking.
I can still drink from lycanthropes. I just can't turn into a lycanthrope.
Okay, that's why I'm asking. I didn't know. And two, would it not be like an increased effect, seeing as how I basically bit him in his blood, his heart, where blood travels throughout the body?
That's true.
I'm just curious.
It's risky.
If not,
That is-
then
yeah.
okay. I'm just curious.
Yeah, I think that's a very good point. So that is actually pretty risky. So it's possible that this isn't going to work, but I don't think that Celeste cares if she's going to take her chances.
Is there silver anywhere?
I was gonna say if I can get the other two to start gathering ingredients for what they need to make him survive, she will tell him to do so.
You know what most likely would have all kind of ingredients with him.
I would say that Vieno probably
And
would
he
have
would-
that with
would-
him.
After that confrontation and talking, he would immediately start making everything needed.
I would think that Vienna would have given Vivian a heads up about werewolves before you left, which means he would have brought with him Dittany and Silver just as a precaution. I see that being very realistic.
So do I even have to do
So-
this, or can you just give him that? Or do you have to prepare it?
That would make it survivable, but he will transform in the next full moon. But if you try to take the transformation out of him,
So my answer to that is you can attempt the Dittany and Silver, but most likely it'll not be as effective as Celeste doing what she's about to do. So if you want to take that risk, you can, but
Michael would refuse it.
the Dittany and the Silver?
Yeah, if he was going to die, he'd rather die a muggle than live on as a lycanthrope.
Okay. So
I'll do it.
Celeste is going to do it. All
I
right.
gotta ask though, do I have any penalties considering this is her first time ever drinking human blood?
Oh yeah, absolutely.
So what kind of penalties should I add?
Well, let me ask you, what did you roll for your will save?
I haven't rolled yet.
Roll, and I'll let you know after you roll.
Oh God.
You can use your courage, remember?
I have 3 courage points. If I have to, I'll use all of them. That one's cocked.
If you get high enough, I guess what I'm saying, if you get high enough, then whatever penalties I can come up with will not matter. So I want to see how high you get. Oh no.
is it
I got
good?
double sixes.
You got what?
Double
If I can
sixes.
send you a
Oh, you got double sixes.
Oh my God.
I roll so good.
Okay.
I'm sending a picture to the whole Wizarding World Spinoff chat.
Wow. That was a very critical time to get double
Here
sixes.
with our rolls tonight, the only time the chat gave me good rolls ever
Okay.
this game.
With a double six, because it's a critical success, Celeste will be able to essentially stop the lycanthrope from spreading to his major areas, so most likely will prevent him from becoming a werewolf
Or a werebat.
or a werebat.
By the way, is there now a werebat, or is there now a person in front of him?
I'm sorry?
Is he a werebat still, or a human now?
I
So-
never transformed back to human, so currently you have a stupefied werebat at your feet.
Who is
Yeah.
also is kind of blanking out without any memories of like the past 15 to 30 minutes.
Okay. So you will be able to essentially suck the curse, suck the taint out of Michael's stream with a critical success.
Thank God.
And you will have the option of not transforming him into a vampire
Yeah,
if you
because
don't want him to.
I'm not going to because I didn't bite.
Then all I will say is that you will have to drain a good amount of blood from him to remove the taint, which means that, Michael, you will go down enough wound levels so that you're just below death.
Oh, Jesus. Okay.
You're just above. You're just above death
Thank you.
Near death.
because she had to suck a lot of blood.
Am I incapacitated or near death?
No, you're near
Near
death.
death. Okay.
You're near death because she had to take a lot of blood out, but she did it in such a way that A, she was able to get the curse out, and B, she was able to resist her vampiric nature to stop herself from
Make it too
turning
much.
into you into a vampire. Going too far to turn you into a vampire.
I mean,
I
don't know
tried
if
so
that's
hard.
possible.
You did try really hard. I was going to give you that, but you did. You
To be
almost got
fair,
it.
like from the beginning, I've been saying if he dies, Celeste might turn him even against as well. I've been saying that since the beginning.
Yep.
So Anna will slowly
Yeah.
go to Kneel by Celeste, and she'll take Michael's hand, and she'll be like, "You were very brave," even though he's like totally passing out. And she'll be like, "I understand why you would make that choice. I didn't get a choice to be what I am."
Celeste is gonna walk away and try and vomit up all the blood. Like fingers in mouth, actively try and vomit it up.
Weirdo
Vampire.
would mutter in Finnish to himself. This is the second time he's almost died.
Yeah.
This is not good.
With all this happening,
Taking
Anybody-
some of it.
who isn't preoccupied might possibly hear a tiny muffled voice coming from the basically unconscious werebat.
Felix has not left his side and turns to look him in and say, "Oh, be quiet."
He himself is not talking, but you still hear the voice.
I lean down and look for any sign of this voice. Wait.
You'll easily find his wand, which the voice is emanating from. It is Finir Greyback asking about the projects
Ooh.
and
Do I recognize?
demanding him to respond.
Do I recognize the voice of Fenrir?
I will say yes. I will say yes.
While she's consoling Michael, does Anna recognize the voice of Fenrir?
I will say yes.
Felix is going to pick up the wand, look to Anna, look back at the wand and say, and then he's going to hand the wand to Anna.
Ooh. All right, she'll take it, and she'll say, I don't know how convincing this is going to be, because she's a female werewolf. So she's gonna try to like imitate Nas's voice. And I think a bit of her is angry enough that like the growl is genuine. And she'll be like,
Okay, before you do that, you're about to talk into the wand, and not to complicate things even more in this scene, but another figure emerges from the shadows, and you hear him say, "Oh no, wait." And from around the house comes Alexander Schvetz. And Alexander looks awful, as in his robes are all tattered. He looks like he he's been like out on the streets or something. Like he looks like he's been through a lot. He looks very weathered. And he says, "Sorry. I didn't realize there were so many of you here."
Felix is going to look towards him and say,
I would say she, like, when she saw Alec, she went to, like, stand and turn towards him, and she pauses and she looks down at the wand. And she snaps it.
When you snap it, you see that Alec looks very shocked and screams out, "What did you do that for?"
Are you working with him?
"I need to find him."
"Why?"
She'll kind of stumble towards him and it's like one of those like shocked, weird, like hug collapse things. I don't know, in the movies when someone's like, "Oh my God, I haven't seen you in so long," but she's like really dazed. And she's like, "Okay, what happened to you? Are you with him?" And she'll point like to Nos, who's just knocked out on the ground. She's like touching his face, like she can't believe like it's actually him. She hasn't heard from him or gotten correspondence from him in a long time.
He's gonna say, "I'm not with him. No. Can we talk alone?" he says.
So first she'll like turn over her shoulder and look at Felix and the others, and she'll be like, "Okay, full disclosure here. I meant that asshole," and she'll point at Nos, "at camp when I was like 13. But also, I also met this guy at the same camp, and like we're friends, I guess, so I trust him, but..." And she'll like thumb towards the house, so just gotta talk to him for a second. And it's kind of like that babble where she's not really in control of the words coming out of her mouth. They're just like coming out. Like she's fully shocked. So she'll like go with him back into the house.
Go ahead.
Not to make this any more complicated than it already is, but I want to see if I can use divination to listen in on this conversation.
Yes, you may.
All right.
Roll a divination, just tell me what the score is.
That's a 14.
Fine, that's fine. So you're just gonna go around the house so you can have a private conversation. He says, "I don't work for him. I don't even know what he's doing here. But I know he knows where Fenrir Greyback is, and I need to find him."
Okay, why?
Because I made a promise, and I have to keep it.
And she'll look at him and she'll be like, all right. Well, then I'm with you.
When you say that, he looks a little scared by that. I don't think you want to be with me. Not on this, Anna. You can't get yourselves involved in this.
Listen, he's one of the main reasons they're hunting us, okay? Russia, it's been terrible after the war. They've been taking were creatures in, children, adults, anybody they can get their hands on it. They don't care if they're innocent. And then someone I met one time when we met him shows up and kills people who are helping me save these people. I'm already in this.
Well, I care about your innocence. And I can't tell you much, but what I can tell you is I'm being involved in some things that are... It's dirty, Anna. There's no way for me to sugarcoat it. And I don't need to get your hands dirty as well.
My own government sees me as a criminal for doing the right thing. They see me as a criminal for existing. I don't have clean hands. I never did. I spent my whole life lying about who I am because I thought I could get a job, I could change the law, I could do something. But if people are blaming werewolves and setting up attacks, I don't have a home anymore. The only person I ever loved, he's off. Your sister is off doing whatever they're doing. I don't know if they're alive.
My sister's fine. She's at school. She's safe. She's fine. I'm supposed to talk to her, actually. Soon. But anyway, I don't want you to get involved, Anna, because I don't want you to look at me the way other people look at me, okay?
Let me ask you this. What's your intent? Are you intending to help with what you're doing, even if you have to do horrible things?
My intent is to keep a promise for my father. He asked me to do something for him, and it was the very last thing he said he would ever want me to do. And when you say about his father, you know, you had read in the news, because this is like pretty big news, that his father, Varfolomei Shvets, had been captured recently, finally, after being at large for so long, and has been taken to Azkaban. This was about around Halloween when this happened.
She'll lean her forehead against his, and she'll be like, whatever it is, whatever he's done, you're not your father. Roxy's not your father. But I don't have anywhere to go back to. The people I was helping, if they got out in time, they're safe. That's all that matters. But you're the only person from my past whose safety I have not control over, but who I can help. You're not alone.
I was there just before he was found and captured. I was with him at the time, and he knew that they were coming after him, and he knew that his time was up. But he asked me to deliver something. He gave me something to give to his old friend. You're not gonna like it. But he asked me to make a delivery to Fenrir Greyback.
Okay.
He made me promise that I would see to it that he gets it, and that he would know what to do with it. I have no idea what exactly it is or what it's for, but he's my father, and I know that he has done terrible things, and I have no idea what Fenrir is going to do with this, but he's my father, and I made a promise, and I have to keep it. And that's why I can't tell you about it, because I knew you wouldn't like that.
I don't like Fenrir for what he's done to innocent people. That's a choice he made. But if there's a bigger reason for what he's doing, I have to know. How am I supposed to make it better for were creatures if I can't even help werewolves? They don't see us as human.
Yes, and it's a shame. So, what are you saying? Are you saying you're going to help me find Fenrir to make this delivery? Is that what you're saying?
You're part of my pack. I'm not leaving you out to dry.
Fine.
You kept my secret, and she'll do air quotes, since we've been 13. The only other person at school I trusted with it, I thought she loved me, and she betrayed me. And I have to believe that whatever's going on, if it protects Roxy, I'll help you.
You know, you're very different from Roxy. You actually accept me for who I am. You don't try to change me. You actually... Sometimes I wish Roxy can understand me, like you do.
She's very headstrong. She doesn't always use logic when she acts. I envy her. Every move I make, I have to think, will they sell me out? Will they treat me like an animal? Will I just end up on the street with nowhere to live because my mother, what I learned, the reason it took me so long to master the wolf, the terrible things she did to ensure my future, that's not what family does. I used to think it was my father fighting law, but he was trying to make harsher laws on werewolves, I thought. So they came and attacked his daughter because they wanted revenge. But it's not that simple. My mother, they told her she could keep her job as an unspeakable if she got valuable information on werewolves, if she experimented and did whatever they wanted to do to me. That spell that Nos used, oh, I know that spell because my own mother, she kept it on me. They know silver doesn't affect me. They know our weaknesses because my mother thought if she helped them that I would get a future, but I don't want a future with those kind of people.
When you say that, Alec is going to very gently take his hand, and he's going to place it on your cheek. His hand feels very rough against your cheek, but for somehow it feels nice. And he will nod very understanding, and he'll say, I'm sorry you had to go through that. I guess if you're coming with me, you can tell me all about it then.
Oh my God, Kendra, Ken. She'll say, she'll nod and she'll say, yes.
All right then. I guess I'm not gonna be able to stop you.
She'll snort and she said, no. I'm as headstrong as Roxy, stubborn. When it comes to people, and then she'll say under her breath, love, but it's clearly she wasn't really whispering, but she doesn't really use that word a lot.
All right. But I'm just letting you know you can back out at any point, and I'm not going to fault you for it. You have a way out, and I can... As long as I can make this delivery, you can back out anytime you want.
As he says that, she gets a feeling she's got like a chain around her neck, and as like all the fighting and like craziness happened, it kind of like came out from under her robes, and it's a ring on the chain, and it's got like rubies and topaz on it, and her hand curls around it, and she whispers like almost inaudibly, she goes, "We all must do things we don't like to fight for this world." And she'll like hold it, and she'll be like, she'll say under her breath, she'll be like, "I'm so sorry, Levi." And she'll like put the ring back under her like robes.
Meanwhile, while they're having this moment, you're doing your divination, Felix. Are you focusing in anything specifically?
I'm focusing on Alex specifically.
You're focused on Alex specifically, and you'll see a flash. You'll see in your head, which rarely happens on your head, but you're going to see an image of an older man who looks a lot like Alexander, and they seem to be in some sort of room, you can't tell, and he seems to have both hands on Alexander's shoulder, and he looks like he's talking to him with some urgency, and you can't make out what they're saying, but he's looking at him very seriously, and he takes his wand and he pulls out a ring off of his wand, and then he hands it to Alexander, and he basically clasps it in Alexander's, and he's again telling him with great urgency something. You don't know what he's supposed to do, and Alexander bites his lower lip, and then he sighs, and then he nods, and then the vision goes off.
All right. Felix stands up, and Gideon making his way towards the house.
Towards where the two of them
Yeah.
are? All right, so you're gonna, without saying anything to anyone else, you're gonna make your way over to those two.
Yeah.
But
And they're gonna get to this part of the conversation. Oh, and you'll probably also see another flash, just a quick flash of Vienno going, You'll probably see that.
Can follow.
he doesn't know what you're doing.
Well, he doesn't know what you saw, so.
Walk with me for a second.
Okay.
Yeah, Michael and Celeste are probably occupied trying to keep Michael alive.
Felix is going to approach with a very serious expression on his face. And as they're is Vienno moving with him?
Yeah, he's following.
You're gonna reach Alexander and Anna just as they reach the end of the conversation we just had. "Hello?" he says, looking at the two of you.
Yeah, I don't know what is going on.
My name is Felix Underwood.
"Hello, Felix. Thank you for helping Anna with this mess."
It was my pleasure. It was... I was happy to help. Just wish things were better circumstances. Alec, why did your father give you the ring?
Alec, his face immediately grows dark and suspicious, as if you touched a very sensitive subject, and he immediately pulls his wand out, and he says, "What was that?"
Wait, another one? Another ring?
Well, you don't. I mean,
I just say that because he mentions a ring, and that's kind of a trigger for mentioning a ring.
So when Alex pulls his wand, Anna will put her hand on his arm and be like, "Whoa, enough spells have been cast tonight."
Alec, can I trust you?
I don't even know you.
I'm someone who wants to make sure that those rings can't do anyone any harm.
It's not up to me. I'm just a messenger.
A messenger has a choice, Alec.
Yes, and I made my choice. I have a promise that I made, and I tend to keep it. And nobody is going to stand in my way.
Anna will look between them and be like, okay, can you like fill in this little detail for me? Rings.
It's what I was asked to deliver.
Okay.
And now I don't know what it does.
Well,
And I don't.
if you want to know, I could tell you.
No, I don't.
Alec, please. Can you at least hear us out first?
I don't want to know what the ring does. I don't want to know what it was for or why my dad wanted it delivered. I don't want any part of it. He specifically didn't tell me what it was because he didn't want my hands to be any dirtier than it is. And the moment you tell me, you are going to damn me in knowing something that I shouldn't know.
Anna will be like, okay. What if... All right. First of all, Fenrir isn't the best person.
Oh, I know that. I can't stand the man. He's part of the reason why my dad ended up where he was. It's his fault, I know that.
Okay, so hear me out. To all of you. What if you don't tell us what this ring does? Right? We go to deliver it. And then we can bring him in. But we can't talk to you when we're on that journey. We'd have to make it really believable. Here's my suggestion. I can say, after trying to live so long in Wizarding Society, after going to school and hitting roadblock after roadblock, I've just had enough. But the only way for me to find him and pledge my allegiance to him was to help Alec. Now, you guys can do your investigating shit to like follow us or whatever. So we go to do what you dad asked. You go to deliver the ring. He didn't say, did he, that you had to let him keep it. He said deliver it.
Yes, technically yes.
So we go off that technicality and come up with a plan. You go, you did your promise. You don't have to know what it does. But if it has the potential to hurt someone, Fenrir apparently has some initiative to make new werewolves or something. So we deliver it. We don't let him keep it.
If you want it so badly, I can tell you where he is after I've delivered it. If you really want it that badly.
We do. We want to stop him.
You realize, though, that if I tell you, he's going to come after me next. Because he will know it probably came from me.
Then we'll protect you. You have our promise.
Oh, he can come for you all he wants. It's not going to be easy.
He looks towards your direction and he grins a little bit. It's not too late to back out now, he says.
She'll look over at him and she'll be like, it's all about intent, isn't it? And as she says that, she'll look at the agents who literally watched her yell stupefy instead of the killing curse.
If we're done here, I have to
Alec.
go.
One,
Alec, If you need a safe place to go after you deliver it, and Felix is going to tell him his and Rodney's address.
All right.
One thing.
Look at Felix and say, all right, since I intend to come back for this, I trust you can keep it safe. And she'll take the ring off her neck and hand it to him and be like, I stand by my friends. And she'll hand him like the ring she was wearing around her neck, and she'll say, because I have to believe that we'll end up doing the right thing, even if it's a bumpy road.
All right.
Step back.
All right.
He gave it. Wait, you gave that to who?
She gave it to Felix.
All right.
And said basically like, I'll get Alec back to that address.
All right.
Before you're going to do this, we have to know everything we need. You don't have to know anything. Only one thing I want to know. Can you show me the symbol in the ring?
She'll look at Anna as if asking if she trusts them.
She said, she'll nod and say, well, they know what I am, and here we are, and I'm not in chains, so...
Alec will pull out a parchment. He'll take out his wand. He'll wave it onto the parchment. Roll it up. And then he'll Wingardium Leviosa the parchment to Vienna.
I open the parchment and look at what's the symbol on the ring.
It's a Leo. Out of character, if you're wondering if the Leo sounds familiar, you've seen the Leo ring before in one of the other main quest sessions.
Yeah.
Oh, yes,
Yeah.
we have.
And now you know what it was used for.
Oh. All right.
Is that what you need?
Yes. I put it back in the scroll.
Alec,
All right.
remember, if you get to her address, I will do my best to look after you. I will.
Can you give us a second, Anna, please?
She'll nod and she'll move off, and she'll also decrease her werewolf hearing.
When you're out of earshot, he's going to turn towards Levi and Vienna. And he still has his... Or to Levi. Felix. Sorry. Felix and Vienna. He's got his wand out, and he's not, like, pointing it at you, but he's sort of, like, looking at you very seriously, and he said, I don't know how much you can promise that I will be safe after I tell you where he is once I find him. But you need to promise me one thing.
Yes.
If he does come after me, all I care is that she is safe. Pointing at Anna.
All right.
Do you understand what I'm saying?
Yes.
If you have to protect both of us, fine. But if it comes down to myself and her, you without hesitation pick her.
Understood.
Fenrir's not a good person for you to get on his bad side. I hope you realize what you're getting yourselves into. And I'm sorry that I had to pull you into it. It seems like that's what I always am doing nowadays.
Oh, Alec, you didn't pull me into anything. I came charging right in.
Yeah, he's the one who pulled me into this. But I'm glad he did.
You're either very brave or very stupid.
Well,
Possibly both. Possibly both.
Very much both.
I guess you could say that.
With that, he'll turn around and he'll leave.
All right.
Along with the ring.
So I
Yeah,
look over to.
after they leave, Vienna's like, another one.
I look over the ring that Anna gave me.
You what? You look at it?
Yeah.
It's clearly an engagement ring. You can tell it's from a very rich family. It's got the shape of a heart, and it has rubies at the center with little topaz around the edges.
Do I see any symbols on it?
Not the kind you're thinking.
All right.
It's not that kind of
All
ring,
right.
if that's what
I'm
you're
going to pocket away the ring and just nod toward the both as they leave. I must be really foolish. I could have.
Another ring.
They're both gone now, right? Felix says aloud, I must be the biggest fool. I could have just sprayed him.
Yeah. But
I guess I just wanted to see. I think I wanted to take a chance on this guy. Let's see if he falls through.
You guys will wrap things up. Michael will be taken to the Muggle hospital nearby so he can get a blood transfusion.
My favorite Muggle.
Oh god.
But he is fine eventually. He will not be cursed by the vampire, and he will not be cursed by either the vampire or the werewolf.
This time.
Fortunately, because of that critical success. This time. We still have one more session or two more sessions left.
I really hope we get a chance to do an RP session after this one, Hark.
But let it be known that if Michael does survive, that so far Gremlin Mike was the closest, to killing him. Let it be known.
You are better than a poisonous lizard.
Yes.
You guys have brought me to tears, like literal rage. Like, I have so much adrenaline right now.
Yeah.
But it's so good.